And hello to all my Leo friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for May 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a very specific spread. We're going to set it up in the storyline format, but it's going to be a financial spread. They want to focus all on money for the month of May for my Leos. There's something in there that they do not want you to miss, that they'd want to devote an entire reading for my Leos, all about it. So that's actually very familiar because I had the same setup for Sagittarius. So my Leos and my Sagittariuses are very aligned in the month of May. You guys are both also fire signs. Interesting how that all works out. So we're going to set it up in a storyline format. It's like a bunch of little readings all in one. We're telling different stories, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 different stories if Spirit is very chatty. And that allows me to be very accurate because we're looking at the entire Leo spectrum. So there's going to be a story in there for you. There may be a couple that resonate with you, but at the end of the day, it's all about finding the one. They've asked that I do no extra spread at the end of the reading. Usually that's just because they want to focus on the meat and potatoes of the spread, which in this case is your financial specific corner spread. We're also going to end your reading with a runestone, so that'll be interesting how they tie that all together. That may be about a single story. It may be about just all my Leos all together. So we're going to get into it right now. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Here we go. We are on. So what I'm doing right now are my ritual cuts. Cuts the decks into 3 different pieces. We put them back together in a separate order, and then they're ready to go. Same procedure for personal private readings. And there we go. They're both done. Same thing with both. So here we go with the storyline format. I start with 5 cards and I expand out from there as I need to. So here's your core 5 cards, the most important. We are going to need more cards, and that's actually going to be our end. It's going to end with 6 cards because we got this guy facing in. So you can just kind of see we have the whole bracket. We got this guy facing this way. We got this guy facing this way. There's our story. Okay, at least our main group before we set up the different stories. So just a little lesson there on storylines. I need to get my pairings together here. It's going to go, we got 3 stories. Okay, so they're keeping this simple, at least how we start. These expand out and they can get quite large. Can quite often take up my whole table in doing so. Let's see what we got. I'll move the camera around just to make sure you guys see it all very clearly also. But first, let me get this part done. Okay, we do have some blockages. I'm seeing if it's enough to be relevant. I don't think it is. I'm going to do a discard here just to make sure. Okay, yeah, that's good to go. Everything's ready. We are ready except for the Angel Oracle cards. Every story gets one of those. And that's the last piece of our puzzle. And then just getting you to see it. Put that like that. Okay, so we have our 3 stories. See how we are on the camera here? You can see the one all the way to the right very clearly. Up top here, I need to pan up a little bit. Now you can see that top story. And then our bottom story, you can see also. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, Leo, so for the financial spread, I'm going to start with kind of the bad news first here in story 1. This may or may not be about you. Remember, this is breaking the Leo spectrum here up into 3 different parts, at least. They talk about bankruptcy coming up here, or just maybe a huge loss of money. Maybe you had to fork it out for something. You know, maybe you had to just fix the air conditioner unit or do something like that, and it's just taken a huge toll on you. Very prevalent for May here in story 1 for my Leos. There's another person involved with this. Maybe they're part of... well, I was going to say they're part of the solution, but I feel like they're actually part of the problem. So this is probably less about like something breaking, and this could be more like somebody, they didn't come out and say somebody taking from you, but this could just be a drain on you. So like, let's say you're putting a lot of money, for example, into this person you're dating, and they're not very good, right? So it's not, you know, they're blowing it, or they're maybe gambling with it, or who knows what, because we have the strength card inverted. So they're saying that you or this person, not sure which, maybe both, are acting from a place of weakness instead of strength. So we need to get this turned around. We need to get this financial situation ironed out. And this other person that they show is likely younger than you. And like I said, it's interesting to see because I'm not sure what role they play. This may be somebody very close to you. This may be just a child to you, maybe like an adult child or something like that. It is a younger, it usually would be a younger male, like somewhere in the age range of like, 17 to 27, I would say, something like that. But and this could also be just you dealing with, somebody else that is very close to you, their financial burdens. They do show round and round for my Angel Oracle card, so that's letting me know that this is a cycle. This is repetitious. This is something that keeps happening over and over, and we need to break that cycle. So what you're going to do to break that cycle is hard to say, because in a general reading, I don't know exactly what this is. So you got to kind of put the context together to figure out what they're trying to talk about here, but they're letting you know that this keeps happening, and it can't keep happening. We can't have that. Okay, so there's story 1. Let's move into story 2 and 3. Actually, after 2, I'm going to get into your moon cycles. Because when we have round and round there, that's very cyclical stuff. That'll tie in quite nicely. Let's go over here for story 2. Story 2 is much better news. We have taken care of your people financially, leading the flock, doing things the right way with my Hierophant card. Just like he leads, he's the pastor of the church. He takes care of his congregation. He takes care of his people the same way that they want you to do in May. Okay, they're calling on you to be that leader in May. They do show a work message coming in early in the month for you guys. Hopefully that's good. I see no reason why it wouldn't be. But, it could be negative too, but for the most part, let's just be positive about it and think that this message coming in early in May is going to be a correspondence of some form that helps you. Maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's a spot bonus, maybe it's, hey, you get an extra day off. When would you like to take it? Like an X day or something like that. So that is coming in here in story number 2, obviously affecting the finances, or at least your mental capacity. And they do show 2 people upside down here, so that this could... Let me see where they're going with this here. There's a little bit of a disconnect here. I think they're talking less about the person. I'm going to do a card just to make sure. They're talking less about the person here, and they're talking about there's a weird kind of imbalance between your work and your finances. Almost, it's going to be probably an extreme version of one of these 2 things. Either maybe you are... making too much and spending too little. Maybe you're saving like way too much for something that you feel it's important to save every single dollar you earn, but you're not having any fun. It's a very boring existence if you just save everything and you live a mundane, almost like routine life, right? So the other extreme of that would be, you're just making too little and you're spending way too much, which would probably be the common person, right? Kind of the middle class and the lower class. That's just kind of what happens if you don't have enough money. Bills are high, inflation is high, gas prices are high, all those kind of things. So we need to get the work to a point where your finances can grow. That's what they want. I do have the growth card here, so May is a good month to do that, and that's why they're pushing this message. We want to get growth in your financial corner in May, and what you make and work is what affects that. So either if you're going to keep spending the way you're spending, you have to make more money. So you have to start thinking about what this could be and how you could get there. So maybe an extra income stream, maybe a part-time job, working a couple hours, helping people do this. Maybe babysitting is a talent of yours, or whatever it is, just an extra way to make some money there. Because we do have growth, it's very good. They want you to find peace, okay? And by getting comfortable with money. I mean, money is not everything by any means. Money does not buy happiness, but it buys your comforts. Okay, it buys the roof over your head, it puts food in your belly, and these basic things that are very important. So they want you to find peace, and by doing that, we need a balance between work and your spending. They need to get you to save money there. So let's get into your moon cycles. Interesting story there. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. We have the full moon on May 16th. That's the best time to get anything out of your life that just doesn't fit anymore. It could be a very perfect here example for story 1. This repetition, this stuff that keeps happening. Oh gosh, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop letting this person do that. Middle of the month is a good target date to pull the trigger on such things, but not just that. It could be for anything you need to get out of your life. Could be people, emotional baggage, bad habits, anything that's got to go. maybe just stuff you got to sell. Middle of the month is a much better time to do that. We have the new moon energy on May 30th. That's when the new moon is. We actually have 2 new moon energies because we have some early in the month of May. We have new moon coming in from April. So the beginning of the month is actually a good time to bring something new into your life, as well as the end. You just avoid the middle there. Now, it doesn't matter even what is new that you're bringing in. Let's give you an example with that income stream. That would be better placed if you do it early in May or later in May. If you do it in the middle of May, I mean, it could certainly still work, but it's going to take more work to do so. It's going to take more willpower, and it's just easier to go with the flow of the currents of, it's easier to swim with the current than against the current. And that's kind of what the moon cycles do to you. So bringing anything new into your life doesn't even matter what it is, guys. It could be a new exercise program, it could be new love, new job, new work, new money, all that kind of stuff. Much better placed early in May, later in May. I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet to help you guys with this. It's a visual aid that you can access anytime. It's on my website, scottsagent.com. I have it parked on my videos page. It's at the bottom there. You can check that out for May as well as June. Give you guys some target dates of how these energies move around and how you can use them to your benefit. That's the hugest, most important part of the moon cycles. Let's get into your story 3. And actually, while you're on the website, join the newsletter program. It's at the very bottom of the homepage. You just enter a few little things. You're signed up for the newsletter program. You're all set. I only send 1 newsletter email each month. It's just for updates, promo codes, save you guys money on readings. And actually, I take really good care of my newsletter people. They're actually getting a free reading right now from a couple days ago. And they are beta testing a brand new audio product that I just released. I'm happy to announce it is my Chakra and Health Scrub product. And you may have seen that spread before. I do it in general readings when I'm called to. And it's either about spiritual health or physical health. You get a choice. And the audio product is specific to you. There is no bubble Leo energy like what we're sharing here. So it allows me to be very, very accurate because it's all about you and your energy. So check that out. Sign up for the newsletter for sure so you don't miss any other giveaways ever. Story number 3. There is a new chapter in a lot of my Leo's Financial Corner that is not here yet, but it is trying to get in. It's coming. Maybe you even feel a little discontent with how long it's taken. Like, oh man, I just wish it was here. I wish I didn't have to struggle financially. I wish I made more money, or I wish blank, right? So this is saying May is not when this gets resolved, but it is coming, okay? And when this actually comes is based on you. So bring the power back to yourself, okay? The more that you do to reinforce this, to speed it along, maybe this will happen in June. Maybe this will happen in July. Don't put it off too much or it might end up not happening until winter, okay? They show action moving toward that. So that just kind of reinforces what I just kind of was flowing with there. My just free kind of freestyle consciousness flow, spirit guides and everything. They're just kind of saying the same thing again here, at least in card form. Go after it. Move action here. They want you to do action up here, though. It doesn't necessarily even need to be the physical action. So let's say a new income stream. I gave an example in a previous reading about putting a gumball machine somewhere that obviously you have an agreement to do. You're legally allowed to do that. It would be, it doesn't mean you have to actually put the gumball machine in the store in May. You could just be doing the research now. You could be doing, getting things in order, where you need to buy the product from, how often you need to come and clear it out, and, you're doing up here. So you're making up your mind and not actually pulling the trigger on the action itself. That's what they want you to do, at least to make mental action here in story 3. There is a small setback. They're letting you know that there may be a small setback in May, and it's like a speed bump. Don't let it bother you. Hit the speed bump. You got to slow down for the speed bump, right? You hit it, and then you accelerate back to speed again. You don't like, that speed bump sucked. Like, I got to just drive slow everywhere I go now. No, it's not like that. You got to get back to speed. You got to pick up the pace. Like, let's get going here. A lot of you are confused by this story. They're letting me know. So this is likely one of those stories that is going to make sense more to you later in the month. Maybe because the reading is, everybody checks out the reading early in the month. It's just kind of my statistics. It's how it works. When it's new, it's exciting. They check it out right away. Okay, this reading is good for all of May though, guys. So when you're checking this out on, let's say, May 3rd, and this actually occurs and comes to fruition, May 20th, May 27th. who knows? It's not going to make sense to you right now when you're checking this out. And they show me that with the Y card, WHY. So you're a little confused here, but this is something that they're letting me know is going to make sense to you later, or at least be reaffirmed later. So good stuff there. Remember to check back. This video is here for you. I don't take them down. So, it's a reference point. You can come back and check it anytime. Now let's get into your Runestone, because I did promise you guys that. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you this guy here. A little close-up. This is, fittingly, the Runestone for growth. Growth for my Leos. We just talked about that. And it's a financial spread. So what better way for Spirit to kind of pull the whole thing together? Growth. It is the theme of your month. It's what they want you to focus on. What is going on financially, how you can move to a better place so that everybody affected in your whole family can be just better, happier, live less worrisome lives, less stress. Stress is a killer, all these things. So what a wonderful way to end with growth. Make that your mantra for the month, to grow financially, if not spiritually. So that is going to be the entire thing, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. That's it for me. Have a wonderful May and continue to grow.